Good morning, happy 2017. I am going to be doing this get ready with me thing while also telling you my New Year's resolutions because Monica did it and I was like, this is a good way to do this because I have a lot to ramble on about, at the same time nothing to ramble on about. Currently blind while I'm speaking to the camera. I'm gonna put in my contacts off camera because I've heard that it freaks people out when you touch the eyeballs. Whew. I don't think there can be a more irritating but more refreshing feeling than putting on your contacts in the morning. I'm also gonna put my hair up because I don't know how people put makeup on with their hair down, but I am not one of those people. Hope everyone's had a good start to the year. Mine was lovely. Today is actually like the first day where I have experienced any complacency so far and any what am I gonna be doing, panic sort of moments, so I'll talk through that. First, I want to tell you guys about, I think it was a few days after Christmas. I woke up and I just thought about the word intention and how pointless I thought the word intention was. Using this stuff to clear off the pimple stuff that I put on my face yesterday to get my pimple to go down, which is this stuff in case you were wondering. So I woke up, I was thinking about the word intention. I was like, what a pointless word. Because if you intend to do something, then the action is clearly more important than the actual intention. And then if somebody does something and they say, oh, it wasn't my intention to do that, or I didn't intend to do that, it doesn't really matter because you still did it, right? So then it also takes away some accountability from that person, and I think accountability is one of the most important things ever, because if you don't hold yourself accountable for things, you're not really living in the real world, are you? That felt nice. So thinking about the word intention in that way, I felt that it was extremely pointless. And then it was a few days after Christmas, so I started thinking about New Year's resolutions, and I was like, oh, I guess New Year's resolutions are kind of like intentions because they are things that you intend to do, but are you really going to do them? Had that whole glass half empty syndrome going on. But it is kind of true, if you're thinking of New Year's resolutions as intentions, are you really going to follow through with them? And then, whose video was I just looking at? Cam and Nina's. I follow this vegan couple, Cam and Nina, and their videos are incredible. Their edits, something so wonderful to aspire to. They're so great. Anyway, they made a video called New Year's Intentions, and it reminded me also of this one girl, whom I can't remember her name right now, but she inspires me to be way more productive, and I'll put her face right here as well. She does monthly favorites, but it's monthly favorites and intentions. So they're things that she intends to do within the upcoming month, and they're more vague. And it reminded me of Eastern religion, which makes sense because she does a lot of yoga and she practices a lot of Eastern religion traditions, one of them being intentions. And from what I've gathered, intentions in that realm are more vague because they're things that you want to achieve, but they're not something that you're setting out to striving goal have to get done. They're more just this is something that I'm throwing out in the world and I'm going to make strives to go into that direction and not necessarily achieve it 100% wholeheartedly, but as long as you're trying, then you are achieving. And that's how I'm going to think of the word intention from now on. I'll leave more of those sort of insights down below on the word intention because it really helped me think of it in a better light. And that's something that I've been thinking about a lot and something that I want to continue to think about. This is the new primer that I'm using because I'm working on cruelty-free. It makes my face really red because it's this super purple. It's tone adjusting. So purple. And that's what attracted me to it really, but I think I'm gonna get the green one because it'll help my skin tone better because this just makes my face look super red. But it does the job and it's cruelty-free. One thing that I'm going to be doing this year, no doubt, is staying away from meat again because vegetarianism is something that I'm just going to follow through with for the rest of my life, I think. Something really weird happened on Christmas Day where my mom roasted chestnuts, and I opened up a chestnut and I ate it, and it had this honey taste. It literally tasted like ham to me, and it just shocked me at how much my taste buds have adjusted to things. Also, my family, so great. It's just so heartwarming how on board they've been. It was my sister's birthday this past week, and my dad had a dinner and my mom had a dinner, and they both just included me in such a great way. My dad made steak and chicken for everybody, and he's like, Dana, I got you some portobello mushrooms as well, how do you want them? And I'm just my heart made me so happy. And my mom just made tortellini primavera yesterday alongside chicken, but like she made the tortellini like the main dish, and it was just so thoughtful. My sister's super into the vegetarianism thing, so like she's getting on board. Had big salads both times. It's just so heartwarming, like seeing people warm to the lifestyle that I'm trying to achieve rather than judging it or pushing it down. I don't know, it's really great. So obviously continue with the vegetarianism. Exercising is something that I did a lot last year, but it was like a very on and off thing. It was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it every day, and then I was just like, who's got the time? But whenever I say that, or whenever I hear people say that, like generally I hear people say that about reading because they know that I like reading and they want to make an excuse, and they're just like, oh yeah, I want to read but I don't have the time for it. But with everything you can make time for it. It's literally just figuring out where it fits into your schedule, and I can fit exercise into my schedule. And I used to have one ab, and I do not like, I would like tighten my stomach and I would feel it, and it feels so good, and like I can feel my core weakening, and that makes me sad. I used to cycle and I don't do that anymore, so that's something that I'd like to continue to do. I feel like I'll do that more so once I have a lot more healthier food in my stomach, because that's something that, you know, through the holidays, totally ignoring. But I'm gonna go out right after this to the grocery store and get fruits and vegetables and feel super happy. School. That's important. I took off a semester last year, and I made a video about it and how I had plans for that semester, and it was great. And my most important thing is I want to keep busy no matter what, and I want to feel like I'm progressing no matter what. And today specifically, I felt incredibly stagnant. I was just in my bed reading, and I felt like I wasn't achieving anything, and I want to learn. And I had this like mini heart attack because I have this little blog thing that I have a platform that I would like to write on. It's for the Outspeak area of the Huffington Post blog, and I would really like, since I have that platform, I would like to use it, and I would really like to write on it, but I got kind of scared because essays used to be one of my favorite things to do in school. Like I'm really good at them, and I know that I'm really good at them. I had gotten into ASU online in October, and I've been really excited about that, and I picked out my classes, and I was really looking forward to it. And then I filed the wrong FAFSA, and at that point the holidays were coming up, and I was just like so discouraged to do it just because of the fact that I did it wrong the first time, and I didn't want to do it because everything was getting crazy. Also, if you work for Starbucks, you have the opportunity for Starbucks to pay your entire tuition on ASU online. However, you have to have a bit of money to front first, and then they reimburse you for it. So the issue with that is I need the money up front, and I could take out a loan, but I really don't want to, just because I haven't yet, and that's something that I'm very proud of. So tax season is coming up, and I figured it would be easier to go in at the second part of the first semester as opposed to the first part. So I need to do my FAFSA this week. I need people to keep me on top of that because it's something that's important. School is very important. I don't want to feel like I'm forgetting to do essays, which I've been incredibly good at. I don't want to feel like I'm not on track. I should be on track. I want to keep progressing, and I want to keep learning, and that's incredibly important. So I don't want to feel complacent. I just want to get things done all the time. Books. I'm almost finished with my second book of the year, which is really exciting. The first one was My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. 5 out of 5 stars. So incredible. I borrowed that from another human. So kind of them. It was such a good book. And I'm almost done with Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which I got from the library, which has been just like such a nice, refreshing, comforting read because Alice in Wonderland has been my favorite for so long, and the subtle hints at things has been incredible, as well as the incredibly blatant hints. Also, I don't have to read an entire series with it, so that's incredibly nice. I need to find a way, I'm like not even doing my makeup at this point, I'm just talking. I need to find a way, oh, it feels so nice. I need to find a way to keep track of all the books that I read in a year, because 2016, I didn't do that, and I no idea what I read. Like, I maybe remember like 2 to 3 books out of the many, like I definitely read at least 50 to 60 books last year. Do not know what any of them are, and that's sad to me that I put in the effort to read a book and can't remember it. So I need to keep track of it. I'm thinking that I'll just keep track of the titles in a journal for now. I would like to get onto Goodreads and actually do that. I'll leave my Goodreads link down below from now on, and if you guys think that's an easier thing to do, and that way like I'd be able to show you guys what I'm reading as well and what I thought of the book. So I think that's a smarter idea. I just never keep up with Goodreads, and that's why I ignored it all last year. But if you guys would like me to do that, I can certainly do so. As far as videos, I feel like I will easily make like 1 to 2 videos a week at this point. It's just become a part of my process. It's something that I really enjoy doing, and it's something that I'm just going to continue to do. I asked you guys on Twitter what you guys would like to see from me. Overwhelmingly, it's vlogs, which is really, really nice. And I really appreciate that. The fact that people are interested in my life is just mind-boggling and really, really, again, just nice. So thank you. Last thing. See, I'm already on the last thing and I haven't even done my eyebrows or my eyeliner or anything. Or my contour. One thing that I just do without thinking, and one thing that I actively think about all the time but don't change, is the fact that I consume so much more than I create. And I've been thinking about it a lot more because of the whole Huffington Post blogger platform, because it's something that I'm not used to doing. I'm not used to writing as opposed to talking, so I'm not doing it. And that's something that I would like to do, and I would like to create words, and I would like to create art, and I would like to create so many things that I'm just not doing because it's not something that I'm used to. So it's not easy for me. And also it's much easier to consume for me. It's much easier to consume a TV show. It's much easier to consume a book. It's much easier to consume entertainment for me than it is to create. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to create, because it's so fulfilling, and you forget how fulfilling that is. I can't do this. I literally just forget and just keep talking. But it's something that I want to do, is just like keep in the, not in the back of my head, keep in the forefront of my head that I need to create more, and not necessarily consume less, but just like keep in the forefront of my mind that creating isn't as hard as I'm making it. I just need to start it. And then once I start something, it's going to be easier. And it's going to be fulfilling, and I need that. Like, I need that fulfilling pride. Because when I was talking about complacency before, about like not doing school and not doing anything and just like consuming a book in my bed, that's what it was. I'm not creating anything, you know? I'm not creating an essay. I'm not even creating a plan for myself for the beginning of the week, because I don't have anything due. And I want that. I want like short-term goals that I need to achieve, because that's what like gets you going in the morning. Eyebrows inside of the viewfinder. How's this gonna go? Another thing I want to continue this year, man oh man did I hang out with a lot of people in December, and a lot of them were people that I had never hung out with before, and that was just so refreshing. It's gotten to the point actually where I'm not really balancing my time, and I'm not giving myself a lot of time for myself, and I think that's why I was sitting in bed and consuming a book, is because I haven't been able to do that very often. But surrounding myself with people has actually been very incredibly important, especially since they're people that are lifting me up. So I definitely want to keep the plans going, but in a way where I just don't want to ignore plans if the opportunity arises. I just want to go and do them. I don't want to make it a full-time job, just like hanging out with people all the time, but I'm not going to ignore it if it's something that I want to do. Something really weird about this year is I'm going into it with a major lack of stability, I think, which is something I'm not used to at all, just because of the fact that we had just moved into an apartment as opposed to the home that we had. So I'm not sure if we're going to be here like throughout the entire next year. Also, I'm not sure what's going on like relationship-wise. Friendship-wise, I seem pretty solid, but some of them are like going to be moving most likely. It's one of those things where just like everything is changing. I'm gonna say that that's a very common thing to happen in your early 20s, considering I'm 22, turning 23. This seems like the normal breakthrough experience to be having, the lack of stability thing. I think that's supposed to be okay. I'm just gonna roll with it. But it's different, and 2017 is gonna be very different. So far though, it's going pretty solid. I mean, there's only been, today is currently the 8th, only been 8 days. Kind of solid 8 days though. Closing the door on you so I can do my eyeliner. Hey, I don't even think I'm gonna put mascara on yet because I'm just going to the grocery store and then I have work later. and that's life. The lack of stability is going to be important to remember when I'm setting intentions as opposed to like steadfast goals, because everything can change and I can only try. So that's where I'm going to end this. I hope you guys are having a great 2017 so far. Have you seen Meryl Streep? Her speech on the Golden Globes last night? Oh my god, bless her. I'll leave that down below too. It was so good. But I'll see you guys very soon. I have a haul video that I'm gonna be putting up next, I think, so that's exciting. Haven't done one of those in a while. Got a lot of books. I will see you guys very soon.